All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Baharakah Kodash. All right, Yahweh is the Heavenly Father's name, Yahushai is the Son's name, and Rakah Kodash means Spirit Holy. All right, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, teach well. Peace and blessings to the elect out there of Israel that's pushing this word in truth and sincerity. All right, this lesson is going to be about predestination. All right, and without further ado, I'm going to jump right into it. All right, 1 Samuel 2 and 6. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. So right then and there, he says he's the one that kills and makes alive. You got people out there that think that the Most High is like all good, but he doesn't kill anybody. But I mean, they clearly skip some stories in the Bible. You read about Sodom and Gomorrah, the flood. After Noah's Ark, the flood. There's only 6 souls left on the earth. All right, but verse 7, the Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. He raiseth up the poor out of the dust and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill, to set them among princes, to make them inherit the throne of glory. For the pillars of the earth are the Lord's, and he hath set the world upon them. So just says that he's the Most High and he does all things. All right, Isaiah 45 and 7, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. So right there, he says that he creates darkness and evil. He's not he's not a one-sided. He's not biased. He's balanced. He creates everything. This is more about predestination. Ephesians 1 and 4. According as he hath chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before him in love. It says before the foundations of the world. Chosen us before the foundations of the world. So that's pretty, straightforward. Verse 5, having predestined us unto the adoption of children by Yahushua Mashiach to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will. Yeah, the adoption is predestinated. The Israelite foreigners coming back to their true nationality, which is Israelites, coming back to serve Yahweh through his son Yahushua. That's predestinated. All right. 2 Timothy 1 and 9. Who hath saved us and called us with an holy calling, not according to our works, but according to his own purpose and grace, which was given us in Yahushua Mashiach before the world began. All right, so it says before the world began is to his own purpose and his own grace. He called us. He chose us. Not the other way around. You got these false Christians saying, oh, I chose the Lord. You can't wake up and just choose the Lord one day. It's up to the Most High. He's the team captain. He's the one that picks his team. You're just a free agent, basically. Revelation 13 and 8. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life, or book of the Lamb, slain from the foundation of the world. So, if your name's not written in the book of life, you're going to be slain. And the whole thing with prophecy, like if you just look at it logically, like if he prophesied something, that's predestination. Prophesy means to say before it happens, you know? So I mean if the Most High like uh uh gave you free will, well actually I think yeah. This breaks it down pretty good. Um Romans 8:29, for whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his Son, that he might be the firstborn among many brethren. So Yahweh Shai was predestinated. It's predestinated for him to be the first son, you know, to die for the Israelite sins. Moreover, whom he did predestinate, them he also called, and whom he called, them he also justified, and whom he justified, them he also glorified. So I mean, it is the word predestinate and predestinate is like throughout the scriptures. So to say that you have free will and say that you believe in the Bible, that's you're contradicting yourself. All right, Ephesians 1:11, having predestinated us unto the adoption of children by Yahushua Mashiach to himself according to the good pleasure of his will. So it's according to his will. When you pray the Lord's Prayer and you come to the point where it says, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, you're saying his will be done, not my own. I mean, it's just very simple. This is the word I think it's predestination. To predetermine, decide beforehand. In the New Testament of God decreeing from eternity, to foreordain a point beforehand. So before it happens, he makes it happen. Like the decision is made before, you go out there. That's why they call, the Bible the scriptures. It's because it's scripted out, and we're just going through the script, just fulfilling prophecies. Romans 9:11, this is talking about Jacob and Esau. For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. So it's not, you can't do anything to save yourself. It's up to the Most High. And with that being said, like, you shouldn't just not do anything, because the scriptures say, you shall know whom my people are by their fruits, by their works. And he gave us commandments to do. And of course, you can't follow all the commandments, but that's why, Yahweh Shai is there. I mean, just read the book of Romans. It breaks it down. Ephesians 2:8. For by grace are ye saved through faith, and that not of yourselves. It is the gift of the Most High. So it's not of your works that you're saved, but it's of grace, and grace is a gift. Plain and simple. Romans 9:15. For he saith to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So he says, look, my mercy, I'm going to give it to who I want. So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of Yahweh through his son Yahushua that showeth mercy. So it's up to the Most High to show mercy. You can't do anything to change the Most High's mind. He's the creator of all things. The scriptures say, my thoughts are not your thoughts. This is a First Kings 22:21, because people don't like the fact that that there's also people predestined to be destroyed. But this is First Kings 22:21-23. And there came forth a spirit and stood before the Lord and said, I will persuade him. And the Lord said unto him, wherewith? And he said, I will go forth. I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And he said, thou shalt persuade him and prevail also. Go forth and do so. So, the scriptures say the Most High is not a liar, but the Most High can create spirits to deceive people, to be a stumbling block. When the spirit says, look, I'll persuade this king, like if by going into the mouth of his prophets and lying to him. And the Most High said, yeah, go do that. And you're going to prevail. Go forth and do so. So he gave the order to a spirit to lie. Verse 23, now therefore, behold, the Lord hath put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these thy prophets, and the Lord hath spoken evil concerning thee. All right, this is Ecclesiasticus 39:28. This is also known as a Sirach. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. So the Most High creates certain spirits just so he could appease his wrath. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them, So, I think that was the last slide. Yeah, that's the last slide. With that, I hope this was edifying. And Shalom.